Welcome to Polyphonic Press. I'm Jeremy Boyd.
I'm John Van Dyke.
And today we're going to be talking about the bubble bursting on music festivals. Here we go. Alright, so there are just too many music festivals. The amount of music festivals is too damn high.
General music festivals.
Yeah. So basically what's going on is Glastonbury and UK music festivals are starting to realize that it's becoming overcrowded. And the bubble on these music festivals is about to burst. And I can see this happening in North America as well. Because, you know, you have, Bonnaroo, just a whole bunch of Coachella, like a whole bunch of music festivals where bands play, and the thing about these festivals is there are, more festivals than there are headliners. So you get the same acts headlining this, 5 or 6 different festivals. So I don't really know how long they can sustain it, because I understand that they take place in different parts of the country and different parts of the world, but I mean, once you go to one festival to see your favorite band, why would you go to another one? Unless you were really hardcore and you were following them around and you had lots of money to do that, but so there's no way it can be sustained.
Yes, well, I think the main problem is that too many of these festivals, there's too many festivals that try to cater to everybody.
Yeah.
And they started to try to cater to everybody mostly so their niche could be supported financially, because niche, they would have like a niche festival, like an electronic music festival, or look jam bands. Yeah,
Bonnaroo. You probably heard of Bonnaroo, but what you might not know is before like 2007, 2008, we used to be a jam band festival. So you had bands like Fish and the Grateful Dead and Gomez and Mo and all these different jam bands. Yeah, the Black Crowes. All these different jam bands would come and play the festival, and it would be like all hippies and stuff, and they would never really make a lot of money, but it was cool, and it was a cool festival to be a part of.
I guess it has probably a lot to do with the financial crisis of 2008, where they decided and went, we got to figure out a way to survive the storm.
Probably, but that's exactly it. I mean, it totally makes sense from a business standpoint.
Yep.
But at the same time, they kind of lost their edge on the jam band scene, which was kind of waning in popularity anyway, but it still had it still does have its huge following.
Fish can still tour around and sell out shows, so yeah, obviously there's still something there.
So Bonnaroo went more mainstream. I hate to sound like a pretentious asshole, but they did, and they did it for a reason that I understand. So, but I think what's happening now is because the market of festivals is so oversaturated that I think what festivals are going to have to do is start going back to niche markets.
Probably.
In order to survive, because that's only and to scale back their size, and to be able to say, look, we might not be able to have as big of a festival, but we can still survive. And I think that's what needs to happen. And I think that's, I mean, whenever I follow a handful of bands, and whenever they announce a tour, there's like 5 or 6 different festival stops, and most of the festivals will be ones that I'd never heard of before.
Yep.
So it seems like
usually, even if you want to go just see the one band, you're gonna have to pay like an absorbent, like just a huge amount of money to get to this festival to see this band.
Yeah.
Because that's another problem.
The other big problem is there might be 3 or 4 bands that you want to see, but they might be playing at the same time on 2 different stages.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to go, I would rather see just a concert. I don't think I would have a good time at a festival, because then I'd be stressed on trying to see all the bands that I wanted to see. I would rather just go to a concert of one band.
Summer folks kind of like that with me.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
But
you deal with it.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think what's going to happen is you're going to see a lot of the festivals go away, but not all of them. I think it's going to be like a lot of things where there's a huge flux of things that go on, and then you're going to cut back, and there's going to be the 3 or 4 that are going to be able to survive.
I think if festivals start to like specialize again, then you're more likely to have a lineup of bands you want to see.
Yeah. That's very true. That's
so
very true.
And whereas you probably will wind up with the problem that Jeremy was speaking of just a minute ago, where if you were to show up and you wouldn't know which band you wanted to see at any given time because it'd be scheduling conflicts, I'd still rather have that than, you know, pay a whole whack of too much money for me to see maybe one band that I'm vaguely sort of interested in. And even if they have more than one band, if those festivals that stretch out over several days, what day do you pick?
Yeah, that's true.
And if you go for the whole festival, you're still only, you know, 3 bands out of, what, 60?
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true.
So,
yeah, but anyway, let us know in the comments what you guys think. Do you think the bubble is about to burst on music festivals, or do you think that it can go on for a little longer? Be sure to subscribe so you know when we post new videos. You can check us out on Twitter and Facebook. Follow John on Twitter at Funky Dutch. And that's about it. I'm Jeremy Boyd.
And I'm John Van Dyke.
Take it easy.